My name is Ethan Perez, and I actually went to a Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District school all 12 years of my schooling. So I started off at Treasure Hills, went to Coakley, and then I graduated from Harlingen South in 2012. This summer I was on a 70-day bike ride from Austin, Texas to Anchorage, Alaska with an organization called Texas 4000. And our main goal was to fundraise for cancer research and to spread awareness about cancer statistics and ways that people can help prevent cancer in their lives and the lives of those that they love. It's a student organization at the University of Texas as well as a 501c3 nonprofit organization started in 2004 by Chris Condit, a fellow UT student who was diagnosed with cancer when he was young and wanted a way to fight back in the battle against cancer. And this was his most direct way of doing that. My great aunt was diagnosed with cancer about my senior year of high school, and fortunately before then I hadn't really been exposed to cancer as much as my teammates had been or other people in the world have been. And so I was kind of in a little cocoon. I didn't know how permeating cancer was in society. And so this kind of opened my view, and I wanted a way that I could do something to help those that were fighting, even though I directly wasn't battling cancer. I wanted a way that I felt that I could give back to the community to help inspire people that were fighting, and Texas 4000 was the most direct way for me to do that. So as soon as I got into school at UT in Austin, fall of 2012, I applied to the organization Texas 4000. I was accepted, and that was 2 years ago, or about 18 months ago. And so it's been a long process. I volunteered at local community events in Austin. I fundraised over $4,500, actually fundraised $10,000 for cancer research, and then we actually got our bikes last November, and then we had to train 1,500 miles in the Austin area to kind of prepare us for what would be a 4,000-mile ride from Austin, Texas to Anchorage. And so that's kind of the preparation process. It was a long 18 months leading up to just the 2.5 months that I spent on the road on the bike, but it was definitely something that was a growing experience for me. But you have a lot of time to think on the bike. It's usually you and the bike and a group of people. So you're either talking to the group of people you're with, or you've got your own kind of isolated environment where it's you and scenery and nature. And so I would say my appreciation for nature is definitely one thing that's grown over the summer. Also a lot of time to think introspection about kind of my life, kind of what I'm doing on this ride, kind of the bigger things that I want to accomplish in my life. Where you're riding a bike 70, 80, 100 miles a day, it's not exactly the easiest physical thing to do. And you hit walls throughout the times. And so you hit those walls and you have to decide what you're gonna do. You're either gonna press on, or you're gonna crumble and you're gonna fail. You're gonna get off the bike and stop for the day. And so I point that back to my high school sports basketball experience. It's something that I started developing then, and I've been able to carry on into my life now. And one day we stopped at a convenience store and I went inside, and we'd get like these kind of weird looks. You'd have a group of 24 people stopping at a convenience station, and you'd go in and everybody's in cycling gear and it's kind of like, what's going on? And so you get inquisitive people, and so I had someone ask me like, what are you guys doing? And so I told them about like what Texas 4000 was, what I'm doing on the bike this summer, where I'm going, and they were able to tell me a story about one of their children that just passed away from cancer, and she started getting emotional, and then I started getting emotional, and then people around me started getting emotional. It's just one of our pillars of Texas 4000 is hope, and so being able to be there and to hear somebody's story and to kind of give them the hope that someone's fighting for this, someone's pushing in the right direction for this, and like being able to be a part of that was a very inspiring part. And that's the kind of thing you think about when you hit those walls physically on the bike. It becomes a lot more mental than a physical game at that point. I'm not doing this for me. This isn't about me. This is about something that's a lot bigger than me. This is about fighting and beating cancer. I enjoyed being on the bike just because that's something I've never done before, and I enjoy athletic activity in that kind of sense. But there were people on my team that weren't the favorite, like biking wasn't their favorite thing to do. But the thing that kept them going, the thing that kept them on the saddle and on the bike, was the fact that they got to hear these stories. And when we got at the end of the day, when we got to a host, and they were able to talk to the host about their own experiences with cancer, and be able to hear those stories and kind of be like a receptacle, an outlet for people, and to show people that, hey, like, this is not gone unseen. We're fighting for you. This is something that we want to be a part of as well. We ride for you, not for us, but for you and for your stories, and for hopefully someday an end to cancer. In high school, if you had put me in this chair, in this position, I would have flaked. I would have been kind of shying away from the camera. This is something that I never saw myself very good at, but it's something that I've grown in, and I think my growth started late through this ride, but I think that's something you can definitely do in middle school and high school, joining organizations, doing things out of your comfort zone, things you never thought you could do, because you can. I rode a bike to Alaska. I never thought I could. Like, there's endless opportunities. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't do something, because you can if you put all of your effort into it.